On this vote, the yeas are 311, the nays are 114, with 2 recorded as present. 2/3 voting in the affirmative, the resolution is adopted, and a motion to reconsider is laid upon the table. The clerk will notify the governor of the state of New York of the action of the House. Under Clause 5D of Rule 20, the chair announces to the House that in light of the expulsion of the gentleman from New York, Mr. Santos, the whole number of the House is now 434.
After a few tries, Representative George Santos had been removed from Congress, as 105 of his fellow Republicans also turned on him, and also the desires of dejected Speaker Mike Johnson there. But Republican Max Miller was one of the 105 that voted to kick his ass out, and his reasons sparked some instant drama on the House floor.
Thank you. I'll keep this very brief. I myself have been a victim of George Santos, and as well as other members of Congress, in terms of defrauding through public donations. I had received an ethics complaint from the FEC, which I had to spend tens of thousands to defend myself. You, sir, are a crook. I know I should direct my comments to the chair. I yield back.
Gentleman's time has expired. Gentleman from New York, Mr. Santos, is recognized.
I'd like to move to have the gentleman from Ohio's words stricken from the record, please.
Gentleman's request is not timely, but I would remind members to direct their remarks to the chair.
Since Santos' last attempted move in Congress was rejected, he decided to go nuclear now on Representative Miller.
Gentleman is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, hypocrisy, as I mentioned. My colleague wants to come up here, call me a crook. Same colleague who's accused of being a woman beater. Are we really going to ignore the facts that we all have passed and we all have the media coming out against us on a daily basis?
It's getting serious now that accusations about assaulting women are making their way to the House floor. Because when power is taken away from dishonest people, the knives and apparently secrets start coming out.
All of the work I've done in this body has been above board. Nobody can actually question my ethics and my conduct in Congress, unlike some of my colleagues who are on drunken tirades going after their former staff. But I'm the one being pinned for all of this nonsense.
It's wild that the discussion about our legislators' ethics is, yeah, I stole people's money, but you beat up your girlfriend, so let's just move on. Maybe instead of moving on with a Congress full of alleged conmen, crooks, and abusers, we should hold all of them to a higher standard. Crazy idea. I wonder what Matt Gaetz would think of it.
Since the beginning of this Congress, there's only 2 ways you get expelled. You get convicted of a crime, or you participated in the Civil War. Neither apply to George Santos. And so I rise not to defend George Santos, whoever he is, but to defend the very precedent that my colleagues are willing to shatter. Whatever Mr. Santos did with Botox or OnlyFans is far less concerning to me than the indictment against Senator Menendez, who's holding gold bars inscribed with Arabic on them from Egypt while he is still getting classified briefings today. But he's not getting thrown out of the Senate. He's getting classified briefings under indictment for bribery. But what? Because Santos was buying Botox and OnlyFans, we got to throw him out?
I've got more ideas. How about we forget whether a criminal is a Republican or a Democrat and raise our expectations of ethical behavior from the House to the Senate to the Supreme Court to the White House? But both parties are afraid of doing that in case the other one covers for their own crooks while the other is actually holding theirs to account. So instead, we've got Matt Gaetz minimizing serious crimes here. It's not very likely, considering another prominent Bible-waving congressman used that God-fearing identity to also excuse George Santos.
Don't you have any concerns about his conduct? I mean, all the allegations, the criminal charges, he's admitted to lying about so much of his life. I mean, why should he be walking around here going to classified briefings and the like?
To say that anybody in Congress can cast stones, I mean, we're a bunch of sinners, and that's basically what we all are.